639. I'm just confirming that you require rescue.
That's 800.
Copy that, thank you.
Inspector 99 is heading down to the consulate in Market Street in Sydney, which is the Argentinian Consulate. So there's been a white powder incident there.
So hazardous materials, an envelope with white powder in it's been opened at the consulate. We actually have not seen a proper attack using a dirty chemical like anthrax in Australia. But unfortunately, we need to be ready. What's scary to me is losing the ones I love. I was one of the forward commanders for many hours at the Lim Cafe. If we're dealing with counter-terrorism incidents, every job could be different. We want to be very careful what we do walk into if we're walking in first. Listen, look, and be ready to get out if need be.
Tonight.
Oh my God.
Well,
Vessel in scrotum area has popped.
A sensitive situation.
stop pulling it back.
Don't touch it, let the cut close.
Right, so we just upgraded that to a hot response now.
A terrifying accident.
We've got a guy who's had a transformer explode in his face.
And a frightening electrical storm.
That's a fucking tree.
Set the city on fire.
It must have been cranking when it come through.
Unprecedented access
There you go. All right, there we go.
from the control centre
Can you still see the car?
to the paramedics on the front line fighting to save lives.
Okay. We've set up a rehab area.
These are the stories behind the lights and sirens of New South Wales Ambulance.
Let's do it.
An envelope containing white powder has been found by staff at the Argentinian Consulate. There are 7 people affected. 3 have had direct contact with the substance.
Staging areas Market and York.
Duty Operations Manager Mick is on the scene to help Hazmat control the situation.
Since 9/11, we have seen an increase in activity that could be thought to be terrorist.
Story is Hazmat hasn't gone in yet. All we know is a suspicious item that had on there asbestos and fiberglass written on there. What the fire brigade are going to do, I think, is evacuate the whole of level 20, and then Hazmat's going to go up there and see what the substance is. So that's where we're at.
Okay. We'll just stage here and Scott's coming as well. I don't understand why one human would want to harm another one. But there are people out there that want to do it. That's what terrorism is.
At this stage, they're just setting up on level 20, so the substance is like in the kitchen area.
Every time we proceed, we must be thinking, this could be the real one. This could be the one that kills people. Waiting for the site to grab his medical gear and he'll go up at 20. Have a look at the 3 up there. These 4 are non-symptomatic, so they're fine. If the other 3 have touched the product, we'll segregate them away again. You got your radio?
Yeah, I've got the radio. Switch it over to the
Just give us a report. Important for me as a manager and a supervisor is to look after my teams, making sure that they're not in danger. The SOT officer's heading up to level 20 now to assess the 3 persons up there, and we'll have a bit of a better idea once he reports back. I think any paramedic would lie if they were saying that they were 100% confident with every case, but you need to show confidence.
Is there any more information?
We're just waiting on, we've got a specialist officer up there just assessing the 3, and we're just waiting to hear back.
Okay, thank you.
As time passes, concern grows for the 3 people exposed to the white powder.
Thank you. Can you try to raise SOT 35 and just see if you get an update? We haven't heard anything quite some time.
I'll try to call him again and then get in contact with you. Thank you.
I'll just try and find out what's going on up there.
It's always fun when there's a waiting game.
You know, I'll just get a report from you soon.
They've gone through with the spectrometers and all the scanners and came up negative for everything. Hazmat's already bagged it up. I don't know what it is, but it's not one of the dangerous ones. So they're happy up there for a stand down.
Today's incident has proven to be a non-life-threatening event, and all crews are now safe to leave the scene.
We get very frustrated with hoax calls, whether they're white powder, counter-terrorism, or just kids ringing 000 from a public telephone. But we have to treat every job as an emergency, and we'll continue to go to every job until it's proven that it's either a hoax or we're not required.
With the crisis over, Mick must now fulfil another part of his job as a Dom.
The paramedics have assessed 7 people on one of the upper levels. All those people have been found to be non-symptomatic and haven't required any medical intervention.
This was one of those good days, knowing that everybody at that scene did their job perfectly, knowing that I gave them the instructions, I told them what to do, and going home feeling good about it.
It's 6:45 and the beginning of the night shift. Josh and Ali have just signed on and are already feeling the heat.
I regret the long sleeve shirt almost immediately, Ali. Almost immediately.
I wore, see, I wore my short sleeve. Today, first day I wore my short sleeve.
Yeah, we've done a bit of the switcheroony, haven't we?
We have.
I should wear my hat. Go backwards. It's like the cool kids. I'm like, what up, homie? Shall I wear it like a lad? It's just right up here like this. It's bra.
I prefer the other way.
I might wear it sideways. Similar with the younger generations.
He's violent and he has access to weapons.
Is she scheduled under the Mental Health Act? Okay. Okay, I'm organising help for you now. Stay on the line and I'll tell you exactly what to do next.
At the Sydney Control Centre, the evening has brought on a number of calls relating to mental health.
What do you do when you think the person's gone slightly insane? Like she's repeating herself and she's getting violent and she's...
Okay, so we can definitely send help out to her. It's not a problem, but I just...
She'll refuse it. She'll be very angry with you.
If she's in need of help, that's what we're here to do, is to give her the help that she needs.
Patient was trying to wean off her antidepressants. So whether or not there's something going on with that, with her coming off them.
My girlfriend's having a psycho, like a freak out because had a family argument. She's having a panic attack, she can barely breathe. And now she's just screaming.
Okay, are you with her now?
I'm at the side because she tried to punch me in the face.
Oh, okay.
Mental health's always sad, I think, because everyone's got a story, everyone's got a background, and we all have little triggers, I guess. So yeah, it's pretty sad.
Ambulance emergency, tell me exactly what happened.
I've just had enough of life now.
Did you say you've had enough of life, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm organising some help for you now.
So we have a female who's stating she's just had enough of life.
Josh and Ali are travelling to a female who is threatening suicide.
I've been to a few people that have committed suicide, and it's tragic, for the family that are left behind.
Over the last 10 years in Australia, deaths from suicide have increased by more than 30%.
I think the first thing that goes through our mind is what has happened to this person to make them make a statement or feel that way. It's a time-critical type of case because you want to get there before they do something that they can't take back. So I hope I find a girl who's upset but hasn't done anything to harm herself. Hello? No one here.
Did we get given the unit number?
No.
There is no sign of the patient, but with serious concern for her safety, Josh and Ali continue to search the location.
Hello? Wake up. It's the ambulance, darling. Open your eyes. What have you done? I've been to a few people that have committed suicide, and it's tragic, you know, for the family that are left behind.
Josh and Ali have been called to a female who is threatening suicide.
It's a time-critical type of case because you want to get there before they do something that they can't take back. So I hope I find a girl who's upset but hasn't done anything to harm herself. Hello? Hello? Wake up. It's the ambulance, darling. Open your eyes. What have you done? Open your eyes. It's the ambos. You're okay, mate. We're going to look after you, okay? Open your eyes, mate, and talk to me. Have you taken any tablets? If you're going to hop on my stretcher, I need to check you out in the ambulance, okay? Have you had anything tonight?
No.
Open your eyes. You haven't had anything tonight?
Josh and Ali immediately transport the patient to hospital to assess her mental and physical health.
My name's Josh. I'm from the ambulance. What were you doing? Talk to me and I'll help you. Dealing with someone who wants to harm themselves, our communication skills come into play.
Okay.
Do you have pain anywhere? No pain in your chest?
I feel like sleeping.
You feel like sleeping? Well, I'm going to annoy you until I get to hospital because I need to make sure that you're okay. I think society needs to be open to someone who comes up to them who says that they're not dealing well, to not just brush it off and tell them to harden up. I think the more the community are aware and the more that they can identify if their mates or family are having a bad time, to stop them getting to that low point, it's good for everyone. There's so many things you can do, so many people that can help you before you get to this stage. Do you understand? You did the right thing by calling us. So what's going to happen at the hospital, they're going to check you out medically first, and then they're going to get someone from the mental health team to come down and have a good talk with you, okay, in regards to how you're feeling. And when you speak to these people, be honest with them and tell them everything that's bothering you. And they are the best people that, if there's anything that you need in your life, they can help you.
I take a lot from Josh in this job, I think. Just the way that he's able to build a relationship with people so quickly.
This is not it for you, all right? 2019 is going to be your year. If I meet you again in negative circumstances, I'll be cranky. Because I'll say, we've spoken about this.
I mean, I like having a chat and making a friendship with the patient. But Josh is next level and he does it with so much ease. It's really cool to watch.
Let's do it. It means a lot to me as a paramedic to be able to help anyone who's contemplating suicide. You know, I've even had, people close to me that have been involved in stuff like that. So it does resonate with me a lot more, which is why I do take a vested interest in really speaking to these people and identifying what their issues are and helping them solve them and pretty much helping them see that, there is light at the end of the tunnel.
It's the start of a new roster and a new day for Josh and Ali in Ambulance 825.
What'd you get for your birthday today?
I haven't opened any more presents.
Did you open any of them?
Only ones I opened the day before.
What were they?
825.
825.
Little birdie told me.
It's Officer Nessic's birthday. Want to wish you a happy birthday from
Everyone up in Sydney Control.
Thank you very much, guys. Hope everyone has a good day. It's so embarrassing.
Now everyone knows.
Everyone knows in the Southwest. Yeah, so I got a spa voucher and I got clothes, new high heels and a board game.
You and your board game.
I like my board games. They're into board games.
Have you played that one where you put that plastic thing in your
No,
mouth?
that's not a board game though.
Oh, no, it's not a board game. It's a freaking game.
No,
I tried it. I didn't like it.
No,
You
I
can't
do not
talk.
like it. Isn't it the purpose?
Oh, it is the purpose.
It's still early, but some unusual calls are coming through.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, they fell in the shower.
Did they fall from a height?
No.
And what caused the fall?
They were having sex.
Okay.
Tell me exactly what happened.
My old man's testes are like huge. He can't walk and...
Right, so they're swollen, are they?
Yeah.
And you can't walk?
No.
There are lots of weird and wonderful calls, so you just take whatever you get and just run with it. Ambulance emergency, what town or suburb, please?
At City 825, could we start your day, please, on Hemlock to immediate?
Copy, dropping it down.
It's not so much of a birthday present, that one.
What's that?
Bleeding from scrotum.
Bleeding from the folder.
Is that the medical term for it, Chris?
Oh my God. Foreman advised a vessel in scrotum area has popped and is bleeding.
That's awesome. It's your first present. It's a 7 o'clock present.
Nothing like celebrating my birthday. It's some scrotal bleeding.
Josh and Ali have been called to a man who's reported significant bleeding from a laceration.
Are you double gloving?
Double gloving.
Double gloving
I've
up?
got other gloves. Hi. Hi. Tell me what happened.
Just they come out of black. Like this.
Show me in the bathroom.
See? They come out. They don't stop.
Ah, okay. What were you doing when it started?
Pee-pee.
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 Pee-pee. And you scratched it, probably.
Yes, I think.
I think so too.
The patient is unsure why the bleeding won't stop.
Let it go. Let it chill, bro.
Just leave it.
I hold it.
Just leave it. Don't touch it for 5 minutes, okay? Because it'll stop the bleeding. Just leave it. Don't touch it. And then if it bleeds, it bleeds. But hopefully it'll coagulate and so it'll stop bleeding.
See?
Yeah, I can see there's bleeding. Okay. Do you have blood pressure problem?
No.
No? What medicines do you take?
This gentleman, he has the problem that he just keeps tampering with the area, causing it to re-bleed.
She didn't stop.
You know how you pull it up? That's what makes it bleed.
1 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 hour.
Stop pulling it back. Just let it sit.
Don't look at it, don't touch it. Just hold it gently there, okay? For another 5 minutes, okay?
Oh, let me breathe out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, because you got a small cut, and when you stretch it, it becomes a big cut.
And then if you touch it, you'll rub away the clot that's there, and then it'll start bleeding again. Because you know the clot stops the bleeding. So if you touch, you move clot, it bleeds. Oh, yeah. So you just got to not touch it.
I get it.
Yeah. So that's why we got you to just sit there still.
Because I'm first time this, I'm scared.
Yeah, it's all right. I promise you won't bleed out. You're very, very safe. All right?
As a paramedic, we walk into people's houses that we've never met before in their lives and can see the most intimate things that maybe only one other person in the world has seen.
I promise you won't die. I promise.
But that comes with a great deal of trust in the community that we never want to break and we only want to build on. It's definitely see some weird and wild things as a paramedic.
Start off with a scrotal injury is something I would not expect to happen on my birthday.
Guess what? It's her birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
How old do you think she turned today? How old?
18.
Close. 17.
Hey, let's do again.
That's because you just played with it.
Did he stretch it?
Yeah.
Try touch it. Come on again. Come
That's
on.
why I said don't touch it.
Oh, okay.
No touching.
I know
For
it's,
an hour.
I know it's
We
hard.
need to increase the time because you keep touching. Okay, so don't touch
Okay.
for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so it's 30 minutes, timer has started. The more you play with it, the more you move it, and it opens the cut up. So you need to let the cut close by not playing with it. So don't touch it, let the cut close. If you pull your penis up again, the cut will open.
Open again.
Yeah, so you need to not touch it. All right, countdown is on. No touching.
Thank you, babe.
No worries. Have a good day.
Is it your hand?
No, it's okay, it's okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Why don't you shake his hand? You're so rude.
You're kidding me, right?
8:25 to Sydney.
8:25, go ahead.
Thanks, mate. Just so we know sort of what general direction you want us in, where do you need cover?
It takes 35. We're looking pretty good at the moment, so we can actually start you back towards home.
Copy, mate. No worries. Just have to head back towards Maidstone. Thank you.
It's late afternoon in the control centre and already more than 1,500 calls have been received across New South Wales.
I'm the lady that rang for the pigeon that was stuck in the tree.
We would love to come and help, but we can only send an emergency vehicle for a person.
I understand that. I was very reluctant to ring but I didn't have anyone else to ring.
I understand. It's so lovely of you to make that call, and I wish that we could come and help. Oh, poor little bird.
When did this happen? When did she fall into the bathtub? She's been there since about 1 o'clock today. Also beforehand, she crashed a car into a garage. That happened today as well. Yeah.
99 calls have also come directly from other emergency services.
Looks like a building fire at Blacktown.
Yeah, Flight 3 task from Westmead for you.
The fire department has reported a factory fire requiring immediate assistance from police and ambulance. Given the potential for significant casualties, dispatch responds with multiple units.
I'll let the upstairs know about that one.
The first ambulance is 4 minutes away. An aeromedical team and 3 additional units, including Dom Joe, have also been dispatched. Joe has been a duty operations manager for 3 months.
As I get notes come through indicating that this is quite a serious incident, it's overwhelming initially. The weight of responsibility, knowing that you've got to get there and just try to help them as quickly as you can. Through my career, I've done many burns cases. When it's a small burn, we seem to be able to get on top of it without too much difficulty. But a serious burn, just trying to get on top of that pain is a struggle, and it makes you feel a little bit helpless.
Okay, and do you have any info on the patient themselves with regards to their injuries?
More details have come through from the incident. There is one patient and he's no longer at the factory.
The patient's actually run something like 150 metres from the factory fire to the metro station.
They're already on that one, mate.
Oh, they cool.
They're already on.
The first 2 ambulances are now with the patient at a nearby petrol station. The aeromedical team and Joe are 6 minutes away.
Unable to obtain oxygen G615, IM morphine 10 milligrams.
Yeah, 342 guys.
He has approximately 40% or more second-degree burns to the anterior aspect of his body. Ketamine currently being drawn up, and the burns are currently being...
You can hear him in the background.
I can feel my heart speed up a little bit. I can feel my palms start to sweat up. 40% burns is horrendous. The prognosis for that patient is not good.
A man has been badly burned in an explosion at a factory. As a duty operations manager, Joe is in charge of the scene until the medical team arrives.
So team, we're gonna get him out. We're gonna pull him back out to intubate him. So we just need to shield him from media, one and the same. The factory fire is just behind.
Paramedics treat the burns and administer pain relief.
Give him a little bit more fentanyl.
It catches you off guard sometimes, knowing the extent of how serious this is and knowing how painful this is. But your training kicks in and you do what you can do for that person.
Care flight's just arrived, yeah? So, g'day Graham, how you going? Good, bud. So you've got a guy who's had a transformer explode in his face. More blankets if you can as well. Graham, just grab us both of them.
The medical team arrives and Joe assists them to prep the patient for an airlift to hospital.
Make sure your oxygen is on and the back tap is working.
CO2 is a little bit high.
So your stats, your trace, you got one, you're happy with it?
When I was younger, there was an incident and I was in excruciating pain. And I still remember to this day the face of that person that put the needle in to take my pain away. And that's the foremost reason that I became a paramedic.
All right, there we go.
We're going to send him off to sleep, obviously. Everything now. Okay, I have cords. That's cords there.
Due to the severity of the trauma, the patient is placed in an induced coma. The team intubate him to keep his airway functional. The biggest threat to the patient's life is suffocation due to airway burns, so the team must get him to hospital for immediate treatment.
On, thank you, and ventilate. Okay, I have misting in the tube. Suction off, please, Dave. Sats are still 100%. Nice work, guys.
Let's get them tied in and packaged.
The decision was made to put the patient to sleep because we could see that there is no amount of pain medicine that we could give that person to control their pain.
Can you get under the head?
Need anything?
Inspector 37 Sydney.
We made that decision to make them forget ultimately so that they wouldn't remember the horrendous suffering that they're going through.
What's that, O2?
About 100%. I'm happy with the blood pressure.
Okay, so guys, we're then going to cling film the major areas.
Yep.
Okay, then a soft sheet over the top. We're going to probably need another set of fluids as well, Joe.
Yep, no drama, that's easy.
His wounds are dressed to protect against infection.
How long till we're ready to go back in the car, Joe? For your wrapping?
So for wrapping, we're almost done, mate. Like probably another minute.
The patient is now stable enough to be airlifted to hospital, but he remains in a critical condition.
All right, good.
He'll be flown to a specialist burns unit at a hospital nearby.
I want that on my last wrap. Okay.
This person's condition could go either way. He could deteriorate and he could go into a cardiac arrest.
Fair to lift.
I can't help but think how much of a journey this person's got in front of him. The chance of him even making it through this is really slim.
37, thank you. Care Flight 3 is in the air with the patient and they're inbound. They'll call you shortly for a code 3.
I'll be understood, thank you.
Awesome.
He was sick. He was really sick. We're very lucky if he survives this. May not. And the sad part is that we don't even know who he is yet. His family have no idea what's just happened to him and where he is. Just horrendous.
One of the things that I've learned as a paramedic, value your life and your friends and your family and your colleagues, because it changes in a split second.
else can you tell me? Can you still see the car? Is it still visible on top of the water?
It's been a hot, dry summer in New South Wales, but today in Sydney, a storm has rolled in.
Just trying to watch the weather, see what's happening.
Oh, here we go. So when it rains, you'll see car accidents just starting to pop up everywhere.
The thing is, there's more people on the roads and people trying to rush, and then because the roads are slippery, and then, yeah. Ambulance emergency, which town or suburb?
With storms comes the risk of lightning strikes.
A girl and her partner were sat at a bench and the lightning struck it, and this girl, she's got lightning burns all over her leg and her chest.
The storm winds could be problematic for a bushfire that's broken out in the northwest of Sydney. Duty Operations Manager Brian is dispatched to the bushfire. He has nearly 30 years' experience as a paramedic.
When responding to a fire, for me as a duty operations manager, it's about predicting what can go wrong and what can go wrong very quickly. You know, what may initially appear to be just a simple grass fire could end up in a large-scale evacuation with a number of lives on the line.
The fire is burning in bushland in the hills area. Approximately 200 civilians and 88 firefighters are in the danger zone. Brian is 20 minutes away and will be first on scene. 4 additional ambulances have also been dispatched. Water bombing by helicopters and planes has already begun in order to stop the fire from spreading.
I've got a fair bit of experience with bushfires. I went into the Victorian bushfires. I'll always remember that.
Hey, boys.
What I do know about bushfires is the situation can unfold very quickly.
There's 2 guys down there that just need a bit of a look over. And then we just need you to sort of set up camp if you can in that area over there. And anyone that's heat affected or something like that, we'll send them over to you.
All right, sweet. No dramas.
Once on the ground, Brian's role is to set up a rehab area for the firefighters that will be manned by additional paramedics.
While it may appear to be controlled, it literally is just a change in the wind and the situation can unfold very quickly.
All right, and what happened?
Smoke heat.
Yeah, righto. Would have been pretty warm down there, I'd say.
Pretty cold.
Yeah, righto.
Intense. Running around.
Were your fluid loaded before the fire started or not?
Okay, yeah, quick.
2 of the main dangers to firefighters are smoke inhalation and heat exhaustion.
The firefighters on the fire ground are very well protected. They've got some pretty good resources and some good toys to put the fire out. But our role in that circumstance is to make sure we look after them. Look after the firefighter on the ground, first and foremost. And secondly, obviously look after the community that may have been injured as a result of that bushfire.
And there may be a few more, so just go down there and set up. Sorry? Yeah. Yeah, bring him up to the rehab area, please.
We've got trucks in, we've kept the fire from going into the camp.
Yeah, righto, that's a good thing.
We're not going to go in there just yet until we know what's going on. There's houses down there with people that haven't been able to get out.
We still have 80 personnel on the fire ground.
Once the rehab station has been set up, Brian makes a sweep of the area to check for injured firefighters or affected residents.
The Victorian fires for me were a hallmark in understanding the ferocity of a bushfire. And that's the worst fires that the country had ever seen. You know, when you hear stories of young kids who are in cars with their family just completely wiped out, that has a lasting impact on you. I've seen the worst. I probably don't want to see it again. But it certainly has shaped me as a person and the responsibility that comes with being a duty operations manager.
What have you done?
I think I just bruised the muscle.
Righto, okay. Just take a seat here, mate, and we'll have a look at you. All right, where's it hurting?
Yeah.
All right, okay. Are you able to get up to the... we get someone to run you up to the rehab area?
It's nothing serious, though.
Yeah, I know. Well, if you wanted to get seen, I need you to move up there and come off the fire ground, okay?
They told me I've got to get it seen.
All right, mate. I'll let them know that you're going to take that patient to hospital. All right, no problem at all. Okay. Can you just liaise with the fire control officer? There's people in here, obviously, I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're worried about, but they're all safe. We've done a survey around through here.
Right, okay.
Checked them out. We'll go out, back out, and then we'll go down the
Other way?
roads.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Sometimes you just walk away from a job and you think, I was pretty lucky then. I was pretty lucky that I wasn't injured. I was pretty lucky that, that situation was contained quickly. Because it could have been hurt.
Well, it could have been worse.
It must have been cranking when it come through, though.
Oh, I got to tell you.
Was it really going?
It was.
Well, most importantly, no one's been seriously hurt and no lives have been lost, so...
Being a paramedic, it's not just about the clinical aspects, it's so much more. It's about managing people. It's about communications. It's about predicting the unpredictable. Anticipating what may go wrong. That's where experience comes in. And I think, what is my legacy when I leave the job? If I can actually pass on some of that experience and some of that knowledge. But that's the joy of being a paramedic.
All right, well, I think the rain's probably going to be just as good as the 737. Look at that. You've got to love Australia. 1 minute, the bush is on fire. The next minute, there's a storm.
With the fire under control, Brian is able to leave the area and head back on the road. However, the storm is continuing to cause chaos.
Ambulance emergency, tell me exactly what's happened.
There's a tree falling on the car.
Is someone in the car?
Yes.
Okay, how many people are hurt?
I don't know. I can't get over there because there's power lines everywhere.
Okay.
Brian is dispatched again almost immediately.
Don't put your foot on the brake, just get it full left. Okay, buddy, you going? Yeah, mate, I'm on the way. Yeah, reported 2 people trapped with a car. It's all right, bud. See ya. Okay, bye.
A tree has fallen on a car, trapping its passengers and bringing down power lines.
Holy shit. That's a fucking tree.
Duty Operations Manager Brian has been called to an emergency caused by a lightning strike in Sydney.
Yeah, can you just make sure that RLTC has been notified regarding this case, please?
A tree has fallen on a car, trapping 2 people inside and bringing down power lines.
Holy shit. That's a fucking tree.
I can't even see the car. And then I'm mindful that I've got power lines down everywhere and I've got responders. And water's a really, really good conductor of electricity.
Inspector 34 City. The vehicle has been removed. No one has been injured. No further ambulance resources required.
The tree fell directly onto the parked car, missing its windscreen and occupants by just inches.
It's all right, okay? All right, what happened?
I just pulled over because I couldn't see.
Yeah?
And then the tree just fell on us.
Okay, all right. You know what? Both okay, all right? That's the most important thing. That could have been a really, really disastrous outcome, okay?
Being a duty operations manager has taught me a number of things, but I guess probably the most important aspect is that people respond differently to different levels of trauma. So for me, the job about being a paramedic is about people and looking after people.
All right, come up here and we'll have a chat with the boys.
The lady is pretty distressed about what's just happened. Playing in her mind is how that could have been dramatically different. They were so lucky, so lucky. Had they been on the other side of the road, they would have both been killed.
We've got a probably a 30 or 40 tonne tree across the road. There's no access and it'll be closed probably for about the next 2 to 3 hours.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, ladies, buy yourselves a lottery ticket. That has to be one of the luckiest escapes I've seen. Holy durly. All right, you're okay.
The best thing we can do as paramedics is establish that relationship with that person and let them know that you're there to look after them and they are the most important thing in your moment right now.
You hang here, catch your breath. I'm glad you're both okay. Unbelievable. Pretty lucky escape.
Next time.
Where are they going?
We'll give him some sedation.
Oh, here we go.
The biggest shift of the year.
It's going to go off. How are you, you poor bugger?
Where overzealous revellers
We mix vodka, tequila, legend.
Not such a good idea.
Welcome to the night.
a violent mental health case,
Get that fucking torch out of my fucking face.
and a 100-year-old ladies' man
I'd walk over broken glass and fish hooks to get to you.
make for an unforgettable night.